Welcome back. It's the Night Elf Hunter leveling journey. So here now in episode 19, we're going to continue the mid-level grind and talk a little bit more about investing. This part of leveling feels a lot like the middle stage of building wealth. So I'm going to begin here. So we're not brand new anymore, but we're not also near max level yet. We're kind of in the middle range where progress can feel slower, but the habits we build here matters a lot. Kind of a quick recap as we gonna queue for a dungeon. We continued questing through Plaguelands. Sorry about that, we missed a little bit of I downloaded a software update and just killed my memory. But I should have fixed it by now. Everything looks good. We kept Dungeon Finder running. We were successful once. Ran through one of the dungeons. Mostly plant-heavy enemies, and we just continued building through Beastmaster here. So we're gonna head back here. Episode 18 had a good mix of Plagueland questing and Maraudon action. I know we kind of just quested up here in Hearthglen a little bit. You didn't miss much. We almost got a pet, and we just worked slightly too low level for it. There's another elite here. Okay. So today's goals are pretty simple. We're going to stay queued for dungeons, work through more quests, and just talk about what the mid-level range teaches us about long-term progress. So this episode, we're going to continue to quest through Plaguelands. We're going to keep Dungeon Finder active. We're going to just stack XP however we can. Watch for some gear upgrades. We're starting to need a little bit of a gear upgrade. It's nothing crazy, but it can't hurt. We're just going to keep improving the gameplay, get a little bit better. And we're going to talk a little bit more about investing. Kind of the patience, the consistency aspect of it. Going on this journey. So the middle, and this is kind of where I'm starting to get towards in my investing journey. A lot of the times it's where people get impatient. The mid-level range is exciting because the early excitement of kind of investing, like, you know, I made the mention, you know, when we're investing a little bit, you know, it's cool in the first paycheck to get a huge bump in your investments, and then becomes 50% once you invest. After, if you're investing the same amount, then less and less and less. But the thing is once you get to that spot where you're starting to do it regularly, the excitement kind of wears off a little bit, and it's either where people settle in or they just start to lose patience. So, you know, in World of Warcraft, every level feels fast. You know, new abilities come pretty quickly. Everything feels fresh early on, but once you're in the middle, the levels take a little longer, travel takes longer, and you just need a little bit more patience, you know, as you continue to go through it. Investing works the same way. You know, at first it feels exciting to open a new account, you know, buying your first shares, start contributing. You know, but the real test is what you do in the boring middle. It's kind of the process that we've talked about throughout this series. The results aren't dramatic. Consistency really starts to matter, because you just keep building, and then even those marginal returns, even if you're not getting anything crazy, you're still going to get. I don't know what I have to do. Okay, I'm just gonna kill stuff. So, you know, early on, it feels like nothing's happening in investing. Every contribution, though, every smart decision you make, you know, it does start to add up. It definitely starts to add up. every month you stay consistent, adding, you know, just stacking it away. You know, ultimately will get you closer to your goal. And the goal eventually is to start living off your investments. And, you know, as much as people, you know, whether in your 20s, your 30s, or 40s, as you continue to age and get older, you're not going to be wanting to be 80 years old and still be working a job. I mean, at some point, you want to be able to enjoy, kind of relax, take a step back, and, you know, as you get up there in age, a lot of it starts to become a little bit of a chore rather than something, you know, you truly want to be doing. You know, it's great to get your career when you're younger and kind of develop those skills, but it's all for being able to be older and, you know, honestly, just starting to enjoy your wealth as opposed to just working for a paycheck and doing it that way. So I'm trying to find this book here. Faded Finger Painting. So it's a painting on the wall, I guess. So we're gonna keep on trying to find this painting here. Where could it be? Back here. You know, every quest turn in is small. Every mob gives a little XP. Every dungeon adds up. It's exactly how investing works over time. So if you're investing, I mean, they say it all the time. If you're 18, if you invest $100 every month, your investment account turns into just into the S&P, just into an index fund. It can turn into almost, if not over, $1 million by the time you're 65. So I know it sounds crazy, unrealistic, and whatnot, but if you think about it, 18 to 65 is 47 years. So 47 times $100 a month is $4,700 times 12 months. So we're talking, I don't know, maybe just shy of $80,000 invested, and all of the remaining 900 plus thousand is literally just returns on the market. And again, I talked about a lot of it where a lot of it just starts to stack, and if you're investing $100 a month, you know, the first year you might be getting maybe $120 back in returns, but that $120 that you've just made in unrealized gains is going to then make its own money, and the money that makes is going to continue to make its own money, all while you still have your original investment making money. So that's, you know, because the nature of investments being in percentages, that's kind of what causes the amounts to go up. So just something to keep in mind.
What can I do for you?
So we don't really need any of these.
For the Alliance.
So we're gonna head back. You know, this is also the part where people, you know, and I've seen it too, where you really want to start taking shortcuts. You know, in WoW it might be rushing through, you know, content, pulling too much, just getting away from the basics that got you there. You know, it could be, in investing, it's kind of typically like chasing hype, trying to beat the market, or just trying to make one move to, you know, just circumvent all that. And that's not the reality of most things in life. And, you know, sometimes the best moves, if they're not flashy, it's just staying consistent, staying diversified, and not blowing yourself up to rush the process. So, I mean, you know, as a hunter, like, if I overpull here, if I were to just kill all these guys and whatnot, you know, just pull everything I can in sight, then I'm gonna kind of be frantic. Not for nothing. I'm gonna get all stressed out. It's gonna be, you know, just not the most optimal play. So I will enter into the. So, you know, be Beastmaster seems like the right call here as we level. So we are now in what quest? I'm trying to remember. This is, I think the name of this dungeon. Oh boy, well, that's good. Just want to focus on staying consistent, staying invested, and just giving yourself opportunities for things to come up down the road. So I believe this was actually the first dungeon I did. So I got to 38 on my warrior, and I think this was the first dungeon I did when I started, back leveling the warrior, so I'm a little bit more familiar with this dungeon. Oh boy, what did I just do? Oh boy. At least I didn't pull anything, so I can salvage this. Let's just try damage control here. A little bit of a blunder here. Okay, let's not pull these bosses here. Fuck. Let's see. Why? Oh boy. Let's see here. Hopefully that doesn't kick me out. Alright, so a little bit. So let's just try not to make that mistake again. Is there any other side here? So again, things like that happen. Mistakes happen. Luckily they were pretty understanding. But, it's fine. Just trying to, in those situations, just try to focus on damage control. Just that's why I'd always pays to be kind in dungeons, because you never know other people's situations. And he left me a speed. This is a nice guy. And I guess I can't use it? Yeah, because I have aspect of the cheat on. Weird. So it looks like they're just kind of doing a good job pulling. Try to see if they don't pick up on me. That's good. Well, that was because of me. I'm not really sure why that happened. So we are going to call our gorilla back, and we're going to keep moving. So back in action. So line of sight is everything with the warriors. So we want, what's my... So we're still learning the abilities. We have gained some abilities that we really haven't checked out yet. True shot. Okay. So that's a passive ability. So maybe not actually. Think about having that. No, we don't need this much pet. So maybe not too many. Worgen priest, that's new. I've never seen a Worgen priest. It's always funny you get that. I don't know if I've even seen a female dwarf. Even leveling as a warrior, but I've never even just seen a Worgen priest, male or female. Very warlock center dungeon. Just judging by the drops. And the shadow bolt. The only problem with disengage is it shoots you backwards as opposed to, say, you know, like a charge that propels you forward. So it's just a little bit of a mechanic thing that I have to work on. Nice little upgrade. We can do that. And a warlock trinket. Oh, so I did not get that need roll there. There's a druid, so it makes sense. Honestly, though, I won't, you know, by the time I hit 40, I'll be in a different loot classification than the druids. It's not a big deal. Short-term problem. It's gonna help you level 40 in about, 2 minutes. But I mean, what I've noticed is it's all about just controlled progress. Kind of let the pet do its job. We got a good tank pet now. Kind of glad in hindsight that we didn't get that other elite. That might be like a max level, like for PvP and whatnot. So far so good. And we're getting more bag space. We're kind of full on bag space. It's kind of those levels, those messy middle levels where just starts to accumulate your inventory. I didn't even notice that. So it looks like we're just about at 200 XP short. So just take a quick look here, just so you can see. As we hit 40 now, we are now. Oh my God. So now, as you see, now it's male. So we're up to male on the hunter.
That's still recharging.
Everything's with 300. Alright, so nothing crazy. So now we're up to male, so we're doing good. We're in a very, very good spot now. Little feature unlocked. So we also get the full mount, so we'll probably head back to Stormwind, I would say, after this dungeon. Just kind of recap. We can always have an episode,
I can't carry anymore.
we can have an episode where we just kind of do a little bit of, kind of maintenance and admin stuff on the account.
I can't do that.
Cheetah is great. I'm so used to not being able to run fast on my warrior. What happened to my bed? Kind of the downside is what happens is then the warrior kind of just gets attacked and then ends up becoming nonsense. So. Obviously things to work on here. We have to just dismiss the pet and then recall it. Got a level 42 here with some decent health and whatnot, so curious what you have for gear. Just classic. So we will have a lot of quests to turn in, which is great. Probably should get us at least half a level, I'd assume. Nothing crazy as far as XP, so maybe not as much as we think. Something to be mindful of. Don't worry about the pet too much, but
I can't do that yet.
very decent. Don't need any of those though.
Inventory is full. I can't carry any more of those.
Oh, so we're in Dire Maul, okay. Sealed. Okay. So we're gonna teleport out. And I think that should do it for Dire Maul. We'll see if we can get a little bit back into the back into Stormwind and just kind of game plan from there. So at least I feel like we're getting more XP, maybe just because we completed the quest. The dungeon. This is a decent bow, though. It's decent. So now we're halfway here. That should get us halfway to 40, so we're in a good spot. So we are going to head over. First, we want to sell our items.
Specific?
Let's get rid of all our nonsense. Heavy high we want. This turned into our junk bag for the most part. Sell you. Sell you. Crescent key. I'll hold on to the crescent key. Maybe we need it for something. Pretty up to 77 gold.
Safe
Jeez.
travels. I buy and trade.
Does they sell bags? No.
Be careful.
How much is netherweave on the auction house? Let's see. Cool to get one little 16 slot bag, but I think they're going for 100 gold here. At least when I checked on my warrior. 100, so we'll hold off. You know what though? I could buy a leatherworking bag. I'll think about that once I get over there. Mage weave 12. So we have two 8 slots. Alright. More expensive than the vendor. So let's check our mail. See if we got anything good. Let's see if we got anything. Just like that. Okay, so off to the leatherworking trainer.
Greetings. Light
Kind
bless
of a little bit more of an admin episode here. I'm just curious what we have for dungeons these days. So Dire Maul, Razor Frozen Downs would be huge. Okay. Good to know. Oh, we also, let's go grab our mount first. I think that's over here. Here. Just get the speed increase.
Looking for something specific?
Stormwind tabard.
See you around.
Just once we're done with Gilneas, we'll want that.
What can I do for you?
And this will get 45 gold expensive. But we'll take it. So now we're at 100%, so we're going much faster. Wow. We're really making a lot of progress. Just a slow and steady. You know, if you took a snapshot at level 40, you know, what we looked at, say at level 22, I mean, it flies by, but, and is boring sometimes, but it definitely works to your advantage, absolutely.
Greetings.
So let's
around.
check out skinning here.
Hey there.
Okay, so 275.
Have a good one.
And we're at 260. Okay, so we're in a decent spot. So let's see here. Everyone has a skill up. So pants, cloak. Let's see. I've got cured medium hide, so I need 3 salts. Okay.
Can I help you?
So we'll find a game plan for this. Okay, now I want to go here as a skill up. And what was that? The belt that we were talking about? The gloves, maybe? Oh. Oh, I need 4 of them. Okay. So pants, belts. What about a fine leather belt? Okay. I'll have to think about this for a second. I think we'll end up doing the cloak, I guess. So fine thread. So I need 9 fine thread. And then I need 9 gray dye. I don't know if this is going to get us there, but we'll see.
Be careful.
Can I help you?
Okay. So let's just see what the gloves do. So still medium leather. Okay. Cured heavy hide is at 150. Heavy armor kit is at 150. So we really need to get to 150 here. Right now we're at a good pace. Okay, so those are now green. This guarantees us 3, so we'll do that. Okay, so we got it worked out. guess we'll be making some kits here.
Help
See
you
you
find
later.
something?
Not the most. Oh, let's do this. So let's buy. Let's go with 20 to start.
Farewell.
You need something?
Keep leveling it up. So it's already back at a decent spot. We're already up to heavy leather again, so decent spot. What is this? 12. Okay, so we're gonna keep doing this. So yeah, I mean, you know, the XP in dungeons are definitely starting to slow down, but they're really well worth it still. We haven't gotten too many upgrades, so you know, lately. Just remember to stay behind the tank. Just the kind of those little things that you don't realize. That makes a huge difference. So we can make heavy leather.
Be careful.
Need help?
Hold on. Okay, so we have more. So we want to buy. So we can make 9. So we're at 18. So we'll get a nice little GP boost. Gold back.
Safe travels.
Hey there.
Okay, so we're actually fine. We'll be probably somewhere around 175. Which is behind a little bit, but nothing crazy. I would love to get to 175. Still possible. So we just need this to proc, and we're at 175, which is fine. It's completely fine. Perfect. Okay.
Have a good one.
So we got a few levels
Hey
here.
there.
29 silver a pop. That's pretty good. Okay, so we got a decent amount of gold. Oh, a little bit of gold back. Okay, so now we have to head over to
careful.
the first aid trainer. So a little bit of a maintenance here. I know it's like the back of my hand at this point. I gotta go to Cathedral Square, which is can't jump over. Okay. Doesn't seem like it's really laggy. I think we're in a good spot. Okay. Just want to head right over here. I think it's this guy.
Hello.
I just want to get trained here.
Safe travels.
And then we'll just make what we can, go from there. What are these here? 800? It's not terrible, actually. Okay. 231.
King's honor.
We'll actually hold on to the mage weaves. Silk I don't need. Okay. So we got a little bit of a collection of the remaining. Oh, this is a spine bat. Okay. potion here. I don't think we need these anymore. I don't think we're going back to that dungeon. I do not know what this crescent key does. Hold on to it. Probably one of those things that just sits there until we hit 45 and then reassess. But let me get some major healing potions. I'll be getting rid of these. And yeah, okay. Plenty of bag space.
Light bless you.
So what else can we do? So I think next episode, consider heading over to Stranglethorn. I guess we were in Kalimdor? No, we definitely weren't. Where are the Eastern Plaguelands? Oh, I just saw it. Okay, so we'll be heading over to the Eastern Plaguelands. Yeah, I mean, again, like, just to see how far we've come in this short period of time now at level 40. We've made great progress so far, and we're starting to get towards the mid-game. So far, so good. I mean, all things considered, leatherworking's at a decent spot. Skinning's fine. First aid's fine. We'll worry about fishing and cooking as we get closer to 90, but just want to keep the content lively and active the best I can. You know, when you're kind of waiting for dungeon queues or just questing, it can seem boring. It really can. So, yeah, I mean, we're just going to kind of take a little bit of the normal route here as we just continue to quest and just keep learning and doing our best here. So we are going to head over
Hello.
to
See you soon.
So we'll head over,
Light be with you.
back up the Eastern Plaguelands as close as we can to Eastern Plaguelands.
Be careful.
Okay.
King's honor, friends.
Nice. Okay.
Well met.
Pretty much there in the quest line anyways.
For the Alliance.
Yeah, so, you know, just kind of little tidbits. Now we're at 40. We're doing great. For those of you who want to see the time played, we're at about 16 hours. So, doing pretty good so far at a decent pace. You could just keep doing this, keep rocking and rolling. Nowhere to go but up. Nowhere to go but up. So yeah, I mean, we're doing decent. Armor's decent. We got our gorilla pet, which we'll probably keep for a little bit, unless we stumble on a really nice elite, which they're around. But I mean, the boring middle, it's not wasted time. It's truly where the foundation continues to get built. You know, you're not laying the cornerstone, but you're starting to build the first, you know, and second kind of couple of stories. You know, progress is slow. It slows down, but you just got to keep training, you know, and I see it in fitness all the time. Beginning feels exciting. It's very fun to be able to see those gains, and you notice changes quickly, but once you get to that middle stage and progress slows down, that's where people need discipline and just more motivation. That's exactly what it's like as we turn into the mid-level here. You're stronger than when you started, but you still got a long way to go. So yeah, so we're gonna head over, making our way up there. It's kind of it. So we're just gonna kind of head over there, kind of reassess. Obviously, we're going to be. So these are question marks here, but they're only 50, level 50. So yeah, we're making great progress. We're heading over. We're 2/3 the way done with True Classic, and then, you know, keep on moving into the expansion packages, expansion packs. Yeah, I mean, that's really gonna do it for episode 19. You know, we continued through the mid-level range. We just kept working on quests and dungeon queues, and, you know, it's fun to connect this and, you know, make it a little bit more about kind of the whole conglomerate, how everything fits together. You know, kind of at the end, you know, the little piece I'd want to add is that the middle's not always exciting, but it's really where the progress starts to compound. You just got to keep showing up, keep stacking XP, and keep building. Yeah, so thanks for watching the Night Elf Journey. If you're enjoying the Mists of Pandaria Classic series, drop a like, feel free to subscribe, follow along as we continue to push through the mid-level grind episode one at a time. You know, I'll end it here, and you know, once the next episode starts, we'll be right back up the Eastern Plaguelands. Let's throw in the dungeon queue, and we'll just keep on cooking. So, with that, thanks guys, and see you in the next one.